Exciting news, guys. I have won a contest on the forums at confusedmatthew.com to write a review of a movie that their little film club of the week has watched and discussed already. There were only two other entries besides mine, so not quite as big a deal as the winner of the last contest, which I also entered with a review of Batman but did not win. The review of the new Star Trek movie won, actually. But this one, I beat out a review of Stranger Than Fiction and one of Memento with my review of Groundhog Day. And the prize is to get my name in a weird blue font on the forums, which is nice to see. And also to have Sheddy Ninja, one of the moderators there, read it on his YouTube channel in some kind of weird voice. And he hasn't done that yet. I actually just gave my permission for him to do it. So that'll be coming soon. But until then, I figured I also do my own rendition of it. I did all of Eye of Argon, so how hard can it be? Here we go. Groundhog Day is one of my favorite romantic comedies. It's one I can always throw on and end up just feeling good about myself and the world and have some great laughs along the way. The story has a simple gimmick. Bill Murray plays caustic weatherman Phil Connors, who after his latest annual trip to the sleepy burg of Puxatawny to report on the local Groundhog Day festivities, he wakes up the next morning to find that it's February 2nd once again and no one else notices that they're living through the same day. The movie wisely never even tries to explain why this is happening to Phil, as the focus remains firmly on how he reacts to it and evolves as a result. This pretty much forces the movie to portray him as a total jerk to start out with, yet somehow we're still taken in by Murray's performance and want to see more of him. Co-writer and director Harold Ramis had worked with Murray a few times before, and clearly knew just how far he could push Phil's jerkiness and count on the performance to make him likable. As the film goes on, we want to see him change and get together with the woman he's developed a crush on through his forced repeated interactions. The film also handles a huge amount of mood changes admirably. Phil starts out completely shocked and in disbelief at the situation, but is soon forced to accept that it is happening and ponders how he could exploit it. This leads him to treat his life as a hedonistic thrill ride, confident that when he wakes up in the morning, nothing he has done will matter. However, even this eventually loses its appeal as he despairs of being stuck reliving the same day for eternity, and is eventually driven to suicide. When even his death fails to break the time loop, he desperately kills himself over and over again until finally deciding to better himself and the world around him. Each step of this journey is utterly believable as how a real person would act in the situation, and it's ultimately quite moving how he decides to spend each day doing good deeds he's found the opportunity for in previous days, even knowing that it won't really make any difference. The burgeoning romance is handled quite well too. There are a few sequences where he makes some faux pas in talking to his crush Rita, and the film cuts to the scene starting over with him sidestepping the mistake he made. It's funny and sweet at the same time how he gets to know her more and more in these trial and error dates, until they end up pretty much soulmates. Hilarious, sad, and touching in equal measures, Groundhog Day has everything you might want in a movie of this kind, and if you haven't seen it, do so as soon as possible. I actually wasn't quite happy with this. I had to cut some stuff to get it down to under 500 words, and I thought it made it a little choppier than I wanted, but apparently it was good enough for the people at ConfusedMatthew.com, and I thank you, Sheddy Ninja, Stand-In Stan, who did the actual judging on this thing, and Matthew himself for just being such a great movie reviewer guy. I don't actually agree with him very much, but he always makes his points so well that it often leads to me rethinking why I would like a certain movie. So check that site out if you haven't already. It's awesome. ConfusedMatthew.com. Contest winner Ryan Lohner here, signing out.